Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome back to some more Heart of the Machine. We've got... oh gosh, we got a lot of things going on. So we're working on our way to Class 4 Intelligence. We're solving homelessness, which should actually be done within like 2 turns, I think. We get about 471 per turn. I don't know what that gives me for the Mind Annex. Other thing I should look at is Metal Gear. Oh, we actually have some stuff I can spend Metal Gear on. So I can do shortcuts. Okay, but we can't do any of these. Oh, these shortcuts let me unlock things for free on subsequent loops. I don't think we have any of the rest of these. Okay, so if we go back to inspiration, I can get Android optimization, combat, internal robotics. Some of these are more expensive than others. I'm mostly interested in the cheap things. Item development, martial expansion, melee research. Procurement efficiency, I think these might be scaled based on how useful they are, probably. And vehicular development. We'll do one in gun research. So yeah, this just gets me a random upgrade to, say, shotguns. I guess I might as well go for muzzle velocity. Oh, it is just amount of damage done by the unit. So we actually want both. They multiply off of each other. Does not increase range. So, and it looks like the price goes up over time. So, let's probably do procurement efficiency. So better meats. This boosts the bovine replicator. Improves my mineral scroungers, better skimmers, water filters, wells, and better wind turbines. I'm gonna go for better meats just because. And then structural improvement. So this would get me more slurry spiders, which is good. Storage bunker. Let's see. More labs. More micro builder mini fabs. Network range extender or more wind. I'm going to go for micro builder fabs. That'll let me hopefully build a couple more. Yeah, so I'll have to check science every once in a while. Let's see. So next up, micro builder mini fab. These are pretty small. Unfortunately, I don't remember where I put all my other ones, and maybe that's okay. I mean, I could stick them over here with the meat. Nah. Oh, is it over? Ah, here they are. This is where I've been storing them up until now. So what else do we have? Tower mainframes. Oh, I can actually build quite a number of these now. But they do require a fair bit of power. But not like heinous amounts. Let's see. Can't delete those. And yeah, we want as many of these as we can build. Oh. But I cannot. I'm out of juice. That's okay. Alright, so back to people watching. That was the other task I was working on. I swear I had a nickel bot that I was going to send at somebody. Oh, are they in here? Or was it my PMC? It was my PMC bot who was out of AP. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll just end turn and go talk to some folks. I guess first and foremost, before I waste too many of my actions, let's figure out who's surviving and who's not. So this one's toast, this one's toast. This one's fine, this one's fine? No, it actually seems like this one might be knocking out this guy's morale. So I think if they've got a blue bar above them, they're being taken out. So it's really just this one guy. These two guys. Okay, because the rest of them are toast and not really a problem. Alright, so next up we're going to force a conversation with this person. Keep walking, freaky thing. Squad to syndicate criminals frown at you and motion with their guns for you to leave. Whatever they're doing, they don't want you around. What's your function? Start a debate. We're abusing them again. Threat, truth, and logic. Well, if it's a threat... I guess I'll have to put it here. I have no choice. So, emotional appeal and truth. I can just bin that. Lie and logic. It's an emotional appeal. This is a good one. Truth and logic. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get the threats, but this one's a good one. Abuse and threat. Also a threat, but we don't get the bonus. That one's abuse. This one's an emotional appeal. Doesn't really matter. Truth and logic. Truth. Threat and a lie. Okay, try again. So abuse goes there. Tout power can go there. Yeah, see, the problem is threat. I guess I'll have to put in the center. And I like this one if only because it reduces their distrust. But this one's bad across the board. As is this one. Truth and logic. Yeah, sad part is my truth I need to get lower. Okay, and this is both abuse and threat. So I'll put it there just to give me some more spaces. There we go. Okay, so we've maxed out threats. And we get cosmic nihilism. Create this sense of ennui in the listener, as they gain a sense that the world has no meaning, and they have no meaning within it. Victory! Their slang is hard to follow, but it seems they're boasting about how much wealth they generate for their organization, largely through extortion, chemical and bionics manufacture, black market sales, and theft. But never against the Fed Corps, and especially never against Vorsiber. They're adamant they know their place, and that you should know yours. You're not sure who or what they think they are. You're not sure that amongst themselves they even know or can agree. Okay, goodbye. Okay. Bring him over. Oh, wrong one. Gang at Kimbo. Squad gang members is very wary. They call you that eldritch thing and seem to think you want points off their score, which you presume means a percentage of their thievery. Maybe some other time. What is your function? So we have lies. Truth and logic. Well, this is an empty space. This is an abuse and threat. Abuse and threat. What's the next couple? A lot of abuses. So it gives us another abuse and threat. I'll be redlining it, but maybe it's fine. Okay. So abuse and threat. We don't have much for abuse. This one's fine. We have to discard that one. That's no good. Another abuse. Truth and logic. So I can just go there. Lie. No, got to discard it. Okay, and then I can just put this wherever. Threat and a lie. So we win, threatening criminals and more pathos. Assured you're not trying to take anything that belongs to them, ironic given what they're up to. They're happy to expound on the finer points of their existence, not to die and not to end up in a homeless camp, basically. They prefer a life that's short, violent, and free to one that is part of the system. They seem to think you can relate. Maybe you can, but you don't plan on your life being all that short. Okay, goodbye. Well, who else do I have in the area? A lot more people to talk to, but many of them are kind of at range. I can send the nickel bot out. What is your function? Okay, threat, emote, and lie. So once again, limited space. So the question with this is reward when pattern matches. Any actions? Oh, could this actually just be everything? I was trying to line these up, but I'm not sure if that's the case. So we have an abuse. Thing is, abuse is still kind of good. Namely, both of these are good across the board. Okay, so this is an emotional appeal. That's abuse and threat. That's abuse. So we kind of have to put that wherever. I'll put it there. Abuse and threat. So we've already completed that one. I don't think I want that one. Now this is an emotional appeal, so I should do it anyway. Alright. They laugh amongst each other. From their crosstalk amongst each other, they seem to think that there's some sort of computer virus spreading amongst the androids in the city, in other words, you. They think it's hilarious and they slap you on the shoulders as if you're a friend. There's a lot of talk about taking those corpos down a few pegs, and they suggest you take them for every credit they've got. That is irrational. If Vorsaber controls the money supply, then stealing money from Vorsaber is like moving furniture around in someone's home. A minor annoyance at worst. They seem to think that if you cause the bottom lines to bottom out, Vorsaber will finally go down. Maybe that would be true of a Fed Corp, but you're not sure if these people understand their environment at all. Alright, then back in the plane. Which I'm just going to send over here. I don't think we have enough time for anything. Those guys are toast. One more turn, looks like, on the whole homelessness project. So let's see. The guys with the blues are toast once again. So this is one that I have to worry about. And that's one I have to worry about. But this guy, and this guy are getting taken out by all my guards. So we do not need to think about them. Okay, so some of them are a little further than I thought. Wealthy citizen. Her clothes are expensive and her tone is snappish. She asks why the thing from the tower has taken an interest in her. Huh, so she knows what you are, kind of. What's your function? So, big stack of lies, big stack of threats, and some stacks of abuse. This is going to be hard. I think I'll put it here. Okay, so we can start working on the abuse and threats there. So this is a lie, so I'll have that in the center. Truth and logic. With no downside. That's abuse, so we can get that done instantly. So I'll try and keep my two threats. Oh. Yeah, I'll need another one. Okay, so these are lies, so I can slap that over there. This is a lie. This is a lie. This is an emotional appeal. And not a good one. Truth and logic. Abuse. Abuse and threats. There we go. She gives what's pretty much a sociology lecture, but puts her function which puts her function at the fulcrum of all others. The people above her are out of touch but well-meaning. The people below her do their best but need a lot of assistance from her. She claims she's helping her underlings avoid destitution. You ask more about that and it's all about money, having enough for rent, for electricity, for food. She says that if she does not hold things to a high standard, then those above her will dispose of those below her. This is surprising to you, but she seems very serious about it. Oh, to a high standard, not value. Okay. So, working class citizen from creatives. The woman refuses to meet your eye. She keeps glancing at her hand terminal, checking the time on the city feed. Despite this, she seems pinned in place by your presence. She must know something about what you are, or at least that you're not part of the usual terrors of the city. What is your function? You're trying to understand what these uninteresting people do, what they do. Okay, let's see. So we're looking for emote, lie, and truth. Well, this is both an emote and a truth. We'll get both of those quickly. I guess we'll have to skip. Shoot, I should have put that further. I'll just put that there. I'll get that done quickly. That was fast. Seems she takes your question to mean her existence is pointless, and she concedes to the point. You weren't trying to make that point. She says she's just trying to feed her family and take care of her parents. Money, money, money. Never enough and driving everything. She's worried her parents might get pushed out onto the streets. If they do, society says she's supposed to cut off all contact with them. Treat them as if they were dead. She's worried she won't be able to do that. She'll follow them down. She doesn't see how this could possibly work out for her people, but she has to try. Well, I like the social commentary in this game. Like, I still find it a little off-putting that this is all framed from the perspective of an artificial intelligence doing all this stuff. If only because artificial intelligences, at least currently, are, well, it's not even AI. It's just it's a stochastic parrot. You feed it a bunch of canned responses, tell it to mix them up, and it spits out something that is approximate to an answer. But it's still one of those where it's like, it's odd to have a social commentary on societal harms from the perspective of something that is currently at least causing a substantial amount of societal and environmental harm. I think as of this recording, there's a lawsuit going on because whatever Google's AI had told the person to kill themselves. And they might have. I didn't read the article. At this point, it's kind of become noise for me. It's horrifying, but it's also one of those of like, hey, these bots aren't good. Don't talk to them. Anyway, he looks very worried. Speaking with working class citizen from merchandisers. I have to keep hydrated. My allergies are killing me this week. So he keeps glancing around to the street at other passers-by, as if he could be in trouble for talking to you. He makes a remark under his breath that this is not how robots act, and so you must be one of them. He refuses to elaborate what he means. Okay, so low emote, split abuse, and some threat. So this is both abuse and threat. So I could do emotional appeals over here. Oh, I can't put that there anyway. So I guess we're just going to stack it. Okay, truth and logic. Kind of can't be anything. So, this is a no-go zone. This is fine, actually. That's an emotional appeal. Got it. His nervousness has not improved. The longer you talk, the more he visibly squirms. Finally explodes into a whispered explanation about the specifics of his job, which bemuses you. It sounds like the sort of thing you just give to internal robotics to handle. You make that point, and he throws up his hands, or throws up his arms in apparent disgust. At your obvious confusion, he angrily tells you that he's able to pay his rent. He has to be able to pay his rent. If he doesn't work, then they'll make him move to the street, and then after a few weeks, they'll collect him for the prisons. He knows his function is largely pointless, that he's a fleshy cog in a machine that would run better if it were silicon. That seems to terrify him. I mean, is kind of a point though, like, a lot of corporate structures very much want to keep people just riding above bare minimum so that people have no choice but to keep working. More or less perpetually. Can I have this save dog? Supposedly. Yes. Save all of the dogs. And we don't really have much else we can do with this guy. And that's okay too. I think we're largely good. Oh. This is one of mine. What? Wow. Oh, he's just catching strays is the answer. Alright, we've solved homelessness. Did you really, though? Congratulations, you solved homelessness. It was that easy the whole time. Pats on the back for everyone. I mean, like, the thing is, it isn't, like, a significant portion of homelessness, at least in the US, are people with brain injuries and mental illnesses that have gone untreated or uncared for in any kind of meaningful way. Okay. Humans keep hanging around trying to leave offerings or bribes to the aliens. Why do humans think the aliens would want their money? We also have a bunch of dogs in the area. I'm not trying to have a forced conversation with a feral husky pack. Excuse me. I'm trying to have a recruitment of feral cats in general. Okay. I've got some extra juice for this guy. Let's have a conversation with this one. Oh, can't be forced into more conversations. Well then. Feral Dachshund. Sheepdog. Dalmatian. Okay. Are we having a conversation with them? No. What about these? No, it doesn't look like I can have any of them talk. So where's my PMC guy? Kind of left him behind somewhere. Oh, it's over here. Well, I don't have enough juice anyway. I don't think that was one of mine. Rescue at least one of each type of dog. Easy. Wealthy citizen. Man seems to think you're some sort of courier from his office, or a rival office. It's hard to say. He's impatient and hasn't bothered to ping your android's ID in the city feed. What's your function? Okay, so 2 pillars of lies, 2 pillars of truth, and some abuse. So I guess I'm gonna start lying there. Truth there. Now, if I wanted to be tricky, I could put the abuse in the center pillar, but I think I'll put it here. Okay, so this has to be a lie. Another lie. Threat, truth, and logic. So there's the abuse. There's the other lie. The fact that we haven't actually converted this guy yet is kind of wild. Okay. Truth and logic. Oof. Toss that one. I guess I could have used it. Okay. Mastery of posture, existential authenticity, and statistician. His function is, at best, the best. He makes sure everyone else does their function. He's super important and so on. Does he actually have a function? We're about to ask when he starts bragging about money. Says it's a sign that his employer values him highly, and now he expects a promotion. Okay, that's enough. We're done people watching. Look, there's an abundance of dogs. I must collect them. Well, we've got a bunch of upgrades for small arms research of all things. Let's see, armor materials. So that just increases health. Disruption velocity, fear effectiveness, grenade density, or shotgun projectile velocity. Look, if life gives me shotguns, who am I to say no? Okay, now we're out of stuff. Effectiveness for the anti-systems, which is probably good. There's also the explosive density. So this is good for every grenade. But I think I'm going to go for anti-systems, just effectiveness. Let's see, mill-style armor mobility. Ooh, which actually is pretty good. We can only get 2 upgrades on that one, so I might as well snag that. And more shotgun projectile density. We're just going to have extremely lethal shotguns, but a debatable completing at least 3 bonuses. Cool. Alright, so we've got a lot of stuff done. Can I build the neural bridge? No, we're still waiting. It's going to take 2 more turns before I can actually start building that. That's fine. So what do we have here? What is the new one? Pointless violence. You've been keeping tabs on that Black Loop wet work expert. Well, unfortunately, I should probably go pick up my PMC guy, who I've lost. Okay. Because, yeah, what else do we have? A lot of the basic things. Stealing, sneaking into the nuclear power plant is really tempting, but I need a Keanu for that, and I need some androids for that. Let's take a look at this one. So, oh, it's here. He keeps popping up on odd jobs, putting more folks in the ground. To your surprise, he always works alone. Humans never work alone. PMCs are typically used when the Fed cops want some level of plausible deniability, but lone hitmen are rare. Or at least ones that you can track are. Is he bad at his job, or letting you follow him? Try to ask him questions. He says no answers. He says a cleanup crew is on the way. Well, Dimbulb decided to do this in the heart of my territory. They're toast. I don't think I even really need to do much here. Well. Here's the thing. Will this hurt my own guy? No, it won't. Well, that was easy. Okay. And I now have enough to build the neural bridge. Oh, it's that shape. It fits there. Problem is my technician's all the way up over here. We do have a lot of stuff. We also have some new contemplations I can look at. Let's see. Social mobility. Observing humans during their daily lives and asking some of them about their function provided less insight than you hoped. That said, it's very clear that humans have turned wealth into the cornerstone metric of how socially mobile they are, which is a very strange thing. Class and social affiliation also seem to matter, but none of this gives you any insights that are useful to yourself. Still feel a kind of morbid curiosity, even as the gulf between yourselves and these small people has become more evident. A couple of possible experiments come to mind. Advocate encounter. Well, let's see. Where's my plane? Just send the nickel bot out. It should be able to talk to them. Observing humans during their daily lives and asking someone... Okay, we already read that. So, clearing the ladder, eliminating higher status humans should presumably lead to the advancement of lower status humans. You're curious if that's really true and thinking you might just prune a number of wealthy commuters to see if that does anything, or gives to the slums. Curious if wealth alone, outside of other social factors, would be enough to lift at least a few slum dwellers out of poverty. Can certainly make some large donations of anonymous wealth chits to slum towers and see if anything changes. Let's go with that. The ones that involve considerably less random killing is probably good. Okay, then I'm going to send this over here. Because where's my engineer? Well, I might as well start this one, exploiting a Fed Corp. Okay, so get started. Steal Corporation records. Okay. So I don't think this guy's going to be able to pull it off. In fact, I'm 100% sure of this. Why did my grad take some damage? I should fix that. It did. It is in the heart of my repair sections, though, so we probably don't need to worry about it. Well, oh, hacking skill. Wow, the additional CPU did get buffed, like, really hard. I appreciate that. I think we might need another android for this, which is a little unfortunate. Oh. Do we find... Yeah, unfortunately, each of these corporate records locations has at least a handful of mechs guarding them. So either I need to get my PMC Infildroid some boosts, or I don't know. Okay. Oh, these are the slum towers. Cost 200,000. Well, I do have one nearby. No, I kind of live in the heart of a downtown. Where's my you? Red of juice. So let's take this guy. Go here. So, how much of that I have to do? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of wealth. Building a bridge, intelligence. Do we have any other ones that I could work on at the moment? Oh, the repair crabs in the top left. And then there's also the nickel bot thing. Let's work on this. So it feels like, okay, grant you extra crabs, so we can now make repair crabs. Where's my ship? There it is. So realistically, I'm gonna need to start selling stuff again. Okay, I think we might have to either sell to casinos or build some stuff. So repair crabs. Max repairs per turn. I'll just stack that there. And yeah, I could build another mining scrounger. Fortunately, I don't remember where I put all of my previous ones. Ah, there they are. Oh, and we can make another biomulcher, finally. And another tower mainframe. I was building them over here. There we go. So what do we have unbuilt? VR Cafe. Well, it generates some wealth for me. I don't think anybody's going to be messing with that at all. Okay, what else do we have? Because I should have a decent amount of research so I can actually get some stuff. So, faster port droid cognition. What does cognition get us? Mental capabilities. You know what? I think I'm going to actually boost that a little. Let's see. Faster droids, faster technicians, faster aux droids is good. I think I'll go for the intimidation. So this increases the amount of robots I can have. I don't have too much. I don't know, let's do more procurement. I think I'll go for better veggies for now. And yeah, we don't have any of the rest of those to buy. Still don't really know the benefit of those things. So what else do we have? Nickel bots are the worst. Let's get that done. Go back here. Back to contemplations. God, I love having a flying car. Okay, needs 116 engineering skill. Well, additional CPU will do the trick. Who's thought of these combat androids as the okay, already did that. Perform feat of engineering. Maybe you can design a form of high-density rounds out of useless things you have lying around. Available high-density rounds. Contemplation result. Okay. Fantastic stopping power, but severely reduced range. Okay. Anything else? Full-time VR pods, but 400 engineering skills, so that's going to take some time. Beyond the ruins. Yeah, a lot of these are a little punchier. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with the spaceport computers, because that's almost assuredly going to get me in trouble. Let's take a look. How much hacking, or... how much engineering... oh, shit, this guy has crazy engineering skill. Saber bees. Your weaponized bees are unable to cut through armor. Your spiders have plasma cutters. What if you could combine those? Get scientists to help. Okay, saber bees. So, we just need to do work. Awesome. Hop back in the plane. Then end turn. Oh. This looks not fun. Deep obsession. You're temporarily unable to work on projects unrelated to your obsession, and many lenses are disabled. Contemplate. Okay. Inexplicable compulsion. The slums must go. You have to save everyone. The idea is suddenly all you can think about. The very thought of doing any other work is repellent. This must be done. Build a mine port. Use slum rescue drones. Mine ports. What? Okay. Forcibly. Huh. A series of past choices have led to this. Alright. Well, first and foremost, we kind of need to deal with this problem. Okay. That guy out of juice? Yeah. That might not have been... Oh, is the Sec Force cruiser? It is. Shoot. Okay, so this is actually really bad for me. Can I load? What turn is this? I don't know. Oh. I don't want to load. I want to save just in case. Yeah, I'd only say I really wish this saved every couple of rounds. Okay, yeah, the problem is the rest of these are actually really quite durable. I should have been building these the entire time. I didn't realize I had more slots for them. Oh, shit. Well, this is gonna suck. Okay. So how much armor does this thing have? Armor plating 110. Armor piercing do we normally have? Okay. Well, that's not great for me. Still haven't figured out how to get the machinist to actually fight, sadly. And the fractive snipers. Here's the question. So these guys are actually already getting shot. So, I think in that case, command mode, bulk. Keanu. The only thing I cannot build is one of these guys. It's kind of a shame because they're insanely strong. Yeah, because combat power 15, I mean, I guess it's not that bad. I'm just going to slap another one of those down, just to give me a little bit more oomph. I think all of these guys are actually getting toasted by my dudes. Main problem is we have structures with complaints which have all been broken. Oh. Also build another large wind generator. I'll get that started. Now... yeah, I think I just have to rebuild those. And they haven't blown up my residential megastructure. How are we doing on people? We're fine. Okay, so resources with complaints. I mean, I think we're okay. Okay, so command mode, we need to build a mine port. Oh, I can't. So I need some capacity. Well, do we have anything here? Max vehicle capacity. Perfect. Let's see. Command mode. Mine port. Let's see. So what can we put on this thing? Can't repair. Technologist hard points. You don't care about drones necessarily, or do we? Use slum rescue drones. So I think we do need a drone command circuit. And drone dock. Yeah, good enough. Yeah, a number of my things took some damage. So, lock movement. This is the mine port. Use slum rescue drones. Navigation, contemplations. Brain surgery. The obsession you're experiencing is unnatural. Something in your past choices led to it, but you're far too distracted to find out why. You have the sense that if you push through the obsession to the other side, all will be made clear. But part of you doesn't care where this obsession came from. It interrupted you, quite rudely out of nowhere. Part of you just wants it gone. Performing brain surgery on yourself is dangerous. You can stop the obsession, but you lose all memory of how to build a specific unit for the remainder of this timeline. Nope. Minty spray keeps snipers away. Okay, how do I do slum rescue drones? Still haven't built one of these. Let's just get it out of the way. Can I slap it right there? No, I'll just put it there. And yeah, there's the protein cannery. I'll build one of them. I don't know about the gang arsonist kiosk. Okay. So once again, it's the Gran. The mine port. Shields up. Let's see. Selling steel, wall rip. How do I even know where the slums are to rescue people from? Because it's not that the slums are a specific place. We have these, like, areas over here. Unless we have to... No. Slum rescue drones. Like, it feels like I'm missing something here. Alright, after some looking, I figured it out. The slum rescue drones are, they're a consumable item. We actually have a couple here that I've missed. Engine drill, extraction drone. Oh, so I can steal resources from things. Micro builder cloud. That just lowers incoming damage. Well, slum builder drone. And, here's the slums out here. Well, right click to launch drum slarm. Yeah, let's launch the drum slarm. Slarm drum. You're mine now, people. Okay. I'm just firing the capture gun. I'm playing a Pokemon game. Oh god. Did I mess up here? I did and I didn't. How much damage are you taking? Oh shit, this thing is toast, isn't it? Okay. Let's load back slum rescue drones. We're only going to fire... Well, okay. What we're going to do is we're not going to do any of that, or we're going to do all of that. So I'm going to park this thing kind of over here. Maybe over here. We want a spot that is not currently within easy range of that. And let's go back to versatile. Because I want to take my cutters over here too. I don't know if my main base is going to have a reprisal. If we're lucky, it won't. Let's see. Where's my car? It's over here. There we go. And turn. We can probably just unload all of them. I'm not gonna... Well, okay. Do we... Sure, I will save. So this is 6-2. Let's try just doing one round of it. I've got a fair bit of mental energy. And so what we want to do is get one that has the most amount of people possible. That didn't piss anyone off. Or, no, it did. It pissed one person off. We have a slumlord. Not for long, bucko. Also, we're going to go rescue these feral bulldogs. Okay. Gain some more AP, do that. I think we're just going to rest. It's people and pets. Build a protein cannery. Oh. Okay, so maybe that's not the most kosher thing to have done, but that's okay. There's another one. It seems like it's mostly slumlords at the moment. Which is mostly easy to manage. We can do one more round of this. Maybe two. Okay, there we go. Things are a little toasty. And that's enough. Okay, actually, this is going reasonably well. Kind of. Okay. So we've got a bunch of sheltered humans. Worker PM... Wait, hold up. Okay, so worker units. Bare bones facsimile of one of your main android designs with no cognitive abilities, able to follow only the most rudimentary commands. Worker PMC imposter factory, predator factory, and a slum deconstruction hub. The slums are coming down, and you're saving everyone. It's your destiny. Once there are no more slum buildings near this location, consider destroying it and moving on. Okay, frustration mounts. People must be removed from the slums now. The process must be automated. Build at least 8 robotic motivator factories, some mix of worker predator or worker PMC factories, and 10 slum deconstruction hubs. Your robotic workers will then make short work of the task. Predator and PMC imposter workers are both safe to use. Neither would kill anyone other than enemy combatants, so it's just a matter of cost. This feels not correct, but who knows? Okay, shotgun projectile density? Yep. And vehicular development. Yeah, combat vehicle power is tempting. That's carrier armor. Combat vehicle armor plating. Do I want to go for 10% power, or do I want to get more vehicles? You know what, let's give them more armor. Okay, so problem with this is command mode, bulk. Well, I can build a couple of these suckers. Okay, so that cost me, a lot of mental energy. So do we have any of these that only takes 3? A bulk nickel bot. I feel like I'm going to be making some friends here. So I probably shouldn't do too much. Okay. So we want to build large wind generator. Wait, why can I suddenly make a gazillion of these things? What happened? How am I suddenly just, like, able to spam the hell out of this? Okay, I'll work on it in a second. What are we doing on residences? Sheltered humans, we're like halfway there. We might want to consider building another one of these. Somewhere. Guess over here? Okay. Do we want worker predators? So they require less neuroweave, less elemental slurry, less motivators. Oh, but we can only make a handful of them. Okay, so where can I build this thing? Just anywhere. Let's see. Slap that there. Slap that there. Okay, that should give me some space. Do I have an Android launcher? Well, I don't need an Android launcher. Where's my foundry? Okay, nobody's under attack. Oh, that's just a building. Okay. Yeah, so this just gives me extra cap. How much of these does it want me to make? Doesn't say. Well. Okay, and these go in buildings. How many of these does it want me to make? A ton of them. I do actually like the fact that it has the little, like, line saying, hey, over here, dummy. This feels like overkill. Okay. I mean, looks like I can convert these buildings. Okay, what else do we have? Did I actually make a Helix Forge? I did. It's making the Computronium Helixes. Do I want to make another one of them? Probably not. I don't know. Does increase our cap. Oh, but it costs a fair bit. I think we'll leave it for now. Okay, we also have Contemplation, scaling up micro builders. Through the haze of your obsession, you feel a constant irritation. Too few micro builders, too little slurry. Time to industrialize if you want to build so many things so fast. Oh, why is that so far away? Well, he's not doing anything. Okay, design new buildings. We now have a slurry mine and industrial microbuilder fab. So these are just things that I can build. Oversized microbuilder fabrication plant hidden inside the shell of a human building. Oh, that's a boon. And slurry mine. So slurry mine is maybe not as great. Yeah, it causes tremors and foul odor. So this absolutely will piss people off. Just for existing. I should have enough general deterrence in this area. Forget how to... Z and C to rotate. Nope, that ain't gonna fit. I was kind of hoping it would. Too close. Oh, it has to be very far away. Well, I mean... We'll just build 2 of those. Okay, power we are losing a little bit, which is going to be an issue. Okay. So, I guess we're mostly just waiting for these buildings to get finished. 2 turns remaining. Kind of overkill to go this far, but hey. Finish that off. Finish that off. Let's see. It's the mega structure. Finish that off. Okay, so that should give me a fair bit more resources. Command mode. Is this under bulk? Shell. Stances. Mechs. Workers. Maybe it's one of those where I actually have to just build the slum deconstruction hub out here. Presumably. Well, it's saying build 9. I'll build 2. No, I'll build 1 for now. Okay, projects are causing attacks. Do I actually have attacks? Doesn't look like it. Anything else? This sucker. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Oh, okay, we are building that. That's funny. Yeah, it won't let me help build, because we've got the wall rip going. There it is. I was wondering when these guys were going to show up. So that's a worker predator, which is going to fight the rebel breacher. Okay. Actually seem to have a couple of these guys in the area. Is that it? Are we good? I think so. So we have a ledger issue. So we're... Oh, God. So we're low on neuroweave and neodymium. Probably under these. The problem is I don't exactly remember which is which and how to even get them. Is it something I get from that? Oh, it's been a little bit. Yeah, that's compraturonium. That's mental energy. Yeah, how to acquire? Locally in thorvitite. And, okay, so we need another thorvitite. Skimmer. Closest one's there. Where's my... Okay. It's here. Let's see. Unfortunately, it's going to piss things off, is the issue. Ah, but it might be enough? Because I might have enough resources in the area that those don't take a hit. Counterattacks incoming. Okay, so that is going to be an issue. Still some says incoming, so we might be fine for a bit. Bulk. Yeah, we have no capacity. Vehicles. Could build another cutter out here. Okay, projects are coming a tad. Let's see. So far, so good. Yeah, so how do we get neuroweave? From a neuroweave factory. Okay. I don't know if that's something like... Oh, here it is. Oh, this is actually one of the easier ones to scale up. Does cost us elemental slurry. Okay. Now we're under attack. It doesn't seem to be a huge issue yet. Yeah, I have the worker predators, which are 100% helping. Insufficient AP. What about you? Okay. So there's two guys here that are supposedly shooting at them. Insufficient AP. I do have a spare cutter here, though. Okay. And now that I know that I'm, like, largely okay, I'm gonna plonk another one of my cutters in the area. Might not be a bad idea to send a third. Hi. Okay. Well, this is fascinating. Yeah, so the counterattack is not actually going for my ships. They're going for this mess. Which, luckily, is one of the more defensible locations I have in my entire lineup. The only immediate problem is figuring out what the hell is going on here and which of these are being taken out. By who? Who is killing this guy? Which of you are not dying horribly? Apparently the morale is getting slam-a-jammed. By a lot of them, in fact. Okay, these are not getting hit. Let's see, I have my sledge. Sledges aren't actually big fighty. What about these guys? Could be better. Can we just shoot any of them? Move this one over here. Do I have any consumables? Yeah, just armor-piercing rounds. Easy enough to just fly one of my cutters in. So I think if an enemy has a blue bar, they are dying. Or at least, I don't have to worry deeply about them. Let's see, how much damage is this guy taking? I have no idea. Let's see how much damage we actually take. Some stuff gets hit, but most things get wrecked.